fine. Frequently, regularly regulate the class. Okay, so you were not present in yesterday's class when we primarily talked about this poem. So let me give you some line by line explanation of what this poem line by line means, right? আচ্ছা প্রথমে একটু have a look at the text, okay? Rain set early tonight, okay? So we are getting to know about the setting, that rainy day, stormy day, right? In the evening, okay? And there was strong wind outside, and the weather was rough, because we get to know that tops of the trees are breaking down with the force of the wind and winded force. And batar যখন বেশি হয়, what happens? This is one sign, that changes in the environment, in the trees, in the world of trees. Okay, this is the result of the gaser and hal pala ভেঙে যায়. So, but what about the world of oceans? What about the world of rivers, waters? So বাতাস বেশি হয়ে গেলে যখন উইন্ড হয় তখন সেখানে কি হয়? সেখানে তো ভাঙার কিছু নাই. Yes, there is something to break. The banks of the rivers, the banks of the oceans break. তাই না? নদীর পাড় ভেঙে যায়, হ্যাঁ. But why? সেখানে তো আর গাছের ঢাল নেই, সেখানে হচ্ছে waves. So it also is indicating the movement, what is happening with the waves as well, due to the heavy wind. Windet ক্ষেত্রে নদীতে কি হচ্ছে, গাছের কি হচ্ছে, হ্যাঁ সেইগুলি. Okay, then. And I listened with heart fit to break. এখানে the poet has also linked to his own internal environment as well. এটা তো হলো natural environment এর পিকচারটা দিল. এবার হচ্ছে I listened with heart fit to break. So my environment, my land is also going to break as Porphyria is coming. তাই না? এরকম একটা ওয়েদারে যখন listen. So the opening is dramatic. As we know that Robert Browning is skilled in both theatrical presentations and poetic presentations as well. So he knows both skills. But his initial writings basically are focused on theatre. So theatre characteristics জানে. So আমরা theatrical বিভিন্ন নাটকে শেক্সপিয়ারের নাটক আমরা দেখতে পাই, হ্যাঁ, হঠাৎ বাতাস আসছে, এটা আসে সেটা. So the opening is dramatic. Dramatic in the sense that it is focusing, it is related to your theatrical stage quality. Okay. Therefore, I listened with heart fit to break. When arrived in Porphyria যখন আসলো তখন মনে হলো যেন I was about to break. Okay. And straight she shut the cold out and the store. And she comes in, she এসে যেটা করলো, closed the windows so that there is no further cold coming out from outside through the windows. Okay, she knelt down and made the cheerless grate blaze up and all the cottage warm. Okay, then sometimes we kneel down to do something on the floor, on the ground. Okay, fine. So she knelt down and made a fire to keep the cottage warm. যেহেতু ওখানে ঠান্ডা বাতাস যখন হয়, রেইন সিজনে যখন ঠান্ডা হয়, বাতাস হয়, তখন ইন্টারনাল এনভায়রনমেন্ট, ঘরের ভিতরে thanda hoye jate. So in order to make the room warm, she made a fire. Okay. And then what happened? Blaze up. Which done she rose, and from her form with the dripping cloak and shawl, and laid her soiled gloves by, untied her hat, and let the damp hair fall. Okay, then the first thing she did was, making fire, and the second thing she did was, changing her clothes or, undressing herself, because when she was coming, it was, windy and raining. So we get to know from these lines that she was soaked in rainwater. That shawl, cloak, change and then there was a hat on her head as well, and she put down the hat, and when she put down the hat, her hair fell down, এবং তার চুল ওই ভেজা চুল খুলে গেল বা শুকানোর জন্য সে হ্যাটটা খুলে ফেললো মাথা থেকে। Then কোন লাইন যেন তারপরে And last she sat down by my side and called me. When no voice replied, she put my arm around her waist and made her smooth white shoulder bare, and all her yellow were displaced, and stooping made my cheek lie there. Okay. Then after doing these things, what she did, she sat down with her lover. That pashe boslo. Then she spoke to him as well, but he did not respond. She কথা বলেছে কিন্তু তার lover কোনো respond করে নাই. So when the lover did not respond to what she was saying, and then she wanted to be more close, and as an instance of her endeavor to become more close to him or to get a response from him, what she did was she put his arm around her waist, and she offered her bare shoulder to him, and her hair was around her shoulder, and her hair was on his face as well. So চুল মেয়েদের চুল যখন ছেড়ে দেওয়া হয় তখন তো চুল ধরো তুমি ইচ্ছা করলে টেবিলের মধ্যে চুল রেখে দেওয়া যায়, টেবিলের কাছে ওরা দিয়ে চুল শুকাইতে চাইছে, তো ওখানে এসে বলছে যে তার শোল্ডারের মধ্যে, তার চেহারার মধ্যে, মুখের মধ্যে চুল দিচ্ছে ছড়াই দিল। ওকে, দেন and what which line? This and stooping. Okay, and murmuring how she loved me, and now she is telling him how much she loved him. She too weak for all her heart's endeavor to set its struggling passion free from pride and veneer ties dissever, and give herself to me forever. Now she is telling him that how much she has suffered to overcome social constraints, social একজন ছেলে একটা মেয়েদের সাথে থাকার জন্য বা প্রেম করার জন্য we have social stigmas and social constraints. So now she is telling her lover that she has overcome social strictures. So later we come to know that the speaker is doubtful about she might be giving into the social strictures. যার জন্যই পরবর্তীতে সে porphyriaকে strangling করে। But passion sometimes would prevail, not loud tonight's gay feast restrain, a sudden thought of one so pale for love of her, and all in vain. She was come through wind and rain, but sure I looked at her eyes, happy and proud. At last I knew Porphyria worshipped me. Surprise made my heart swell, and still it grew while I debated what to do. Okay, So she was at that night. She was at a gay party, at a party, and while she was at a gorgeous party, at a gay party, I mean happy party, and she could not stop herself thinking about him. Even in happy moments as well, she thinks about her lover. So, the speaker reveals this information to us, okay? And at this moment, the speaker comes to this realization that she loves him very, very much, as he mentions, Porphyria worshipped me. So when someone worships someone, so we know the degree, we know the volume of love, যে লাভের ডিগ্রিটা, ইন্টেন্সিটিটা কোন পর্যায়ে, হ্যাঁ? তো এখন সে যখন বুঝে গেল যে she loves him completely, and then at this moment he is thinking what to do, as she loves him so much and completely or submissively, so he is thinking of doing something, and immediately I debated what to do. Okay, then let's see what happens as a result of his thinking. Okay. That moment she was mine fair. Now he is realizing that she is completely possessed by me. She is only my possession, not someone else's possession. She cannot be a possession of social, strictures, social constraints. Okay. Perfectly pure and good. Now she is pure. Now she is beautiful, virtuous, and she is only possessed by him. Okay. I found a thing to do. Now he comes to a particular scheme. এখন সে একটা প্ল্যান তার মাথায় আসলো. I found a thing to do, and all her hair in one long yellow string I owned 3 times her little thought around. এবার সে কি করলো, তার লম্বা চুল, he twisted her hair around her neck 3 times and strangled her and killed her. Okay. Now why? Control. আমরা এখানে কি পাই? Control. So he is dominating, and the speaker is dominating his beloved, as we have found it in my last classes as well. The controlling power, right? Okay. And of course, brutality, cruelty, killing, and psychopathy as well. Okay, madness as well. This is also, so madness is represented in these lines. Understand? Madness, listen, madness is even heightened in the next line. See, no pain felt she. I'm quite sure she felt no pain. তুমি কাউকে যদি মেরে ফেলো, খুন করে ফেলো, you don't know how much pain he or she is feeling, right? But while you are saying, it is something psychoanalysis. You are analyzing the psychology of that person. Okay, you do something to that person, and you understand the mental state of that person. হ্যাঁ, তার psychology সে এখন কি ভাবতেছে, কেমন ভাবতেছে। So সে এখন বলছে যে সে কি করে নাই, কোনো ব্যথা পায় নাই, no pain. I'm sure. আবার হাইটেন no pain felt she. শুধু এখানে শেষ হয় না, I'm sure. আরো এটাকে কি বলছে, জোরালো করছে, I'm quite sure she felt no pain, because there was no resistance. এই যে resistance ছিল না, so এটাকে how can we interpret that there was no resistance from Porphyria? That means she, as we came across in another point of the poem, she completely loves him. So যদি তুমি completely কারোর কাছে তোমাকে submit করো, so সে তোমার ক্ষতি করলো, তো তুমি এখানে resistance করবা না, তাই না? It's something like that. So you can call a kind of like purity, right? Honesty or faithfulness বলতে পারো on the part of the beloved. Okay. And as shepherd that holds a bee, I wildly oped her lips again, laughed blue eyes without a stain, and I untightened next the tress. So what happened then? Strangle করার পর তো সে মরে গেল। এখন সে তার যে কপস ডেড বডি নিয়ে সে এখানে টয়ের মতো ডেড বডিটাকে নিয়ে সে সময় কাটাচ্ছে, চোখগুলো একটু খুলছে, চোখ খুলে দেখে ব্লু আইজ, বিউটিফুল আইজ, স্মাইলিং আইজ as well. And then untightened the next the dress, তারপরে সে যখন মরে গেল তারপর ওই যে স্ট্র্যাঙ্গল করলো, চুল পেঁচিয়ে গলার মধ্যে, তারপরে আবার ওটা চুলটা খুলে দিল আর কি। ওকে, then let's see what about her name. Her cheek once more blushed bright beneath my burning kiss. I propped her head up as before, only this time my shoulder bore. তো এখানে বলছে তার আমি যে মানে there was a sign of our trail, there were trails of my kissing on her cheek, that is still blushing. ডেড বডির পরে তো ডেড বডিতে সাধারণত কোনো রক্তের চিহ্ন থাকে না, বা রক্তের কোনো রক্ত বলতে রক্ত শূন্যতার কারণে ইমোশন যে বা স্কিনের যে নর্মাল যে চেঞ্জগুলো, কালারের চেঞ্জগুলো এগুলি দেখা যায় না, কিন্তু সে বলছে সেটা এখনো আছে, আমাদের কিসের যে ব্লাশ সেটা এখনো সেখানে আছে, জল করছে। ওকে, এন্ড এবার সে কিগুলো প্রপ করলো, মানে হি প্রপড হার ডেড বডি আপ বিসাইড হিজ বডি, এন্ড দেন ওরা পাশাপাশি বসে, কিন্তু আগেও বলছে বিফোর, লিসেন, আই প্রপড হার হেড আপ অ্যাজ বিফোর, আগেও তাদের এরকম বডি সে প্রপ করছে, মানে হেলে রাখছে, কিন্তু before it was not on his shoulder, this time he propped her dead body on his shoulder. এবার তার শোল্ডারের উপরে তার ডেড বডিটাকে সে প্রপ করে রেখে দিয়েছে। His dotes upon it still, the smiling rosy little head, এখনো তার স্মাইলিং ফেসটা বডিটা আমার শোল্ডারের উপরে আছে। So glad it has its utmost will, that all it is scorned at once is fled, and I, its love, am gained in strength. So this is important. So this refers to social constraints. Yeah, she wanted to be possessed by me only, and she wanted me to love. She wanted only me to love her, and now what she wanted had happened. But she has got what she wanted. Okay. But her desire, you can say her desire was fulfilled. Okay. So what's the desire? Only to be in love with him. Okay. And to come out of social, strictures, to overcome the social. So it's on her part it's a challenge. And now when she became, victory in taking up the challenge, but the victory was implemented by the speaker. Speaker to take marriage anyway. And then Porphyria's love. She guessed not how her darling one wish could be hard, and thus we sit together now, and all night long we have not scarred, and yet God has not said a word. Now he is saying, this is very shocking remark. He is saying that I have killed, I have committed a murder. Okay, but God has not punished me. God has not said anything. Meaning, God has not showed any response or right. So this is kind of justifying end justifies the means, right? So this is the end. What is the end? Killing, and it justifies the means that it was right. Okay, so he's trying to justify his means. He's trying to justify his actions, like the Machiavelli, the way Machiavellian, philosophy. And we also in the concluding lines, we also get the dualism of faith and faithlessness of the Victorian era as well, right? If God were existing, of course God would punish me, right? And that's all about it. So now you need to be critical